Waiting for a few more people to get in. Well, hello and welcome to All Things Pan. The song you just heard was the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service police band. They played Mystery Band for Panorama Semis this year. So, again, welcome to All Things Pan, episode 14. Crazy. We are officially sponsored by Pantastics 868. If you need pan sticks, make sure you check them out on their Instagram page. to get everything on your pan sticks. I am your host, Danielle George. Once again, I'm really excited to introduce the guest we've had. We've had him here before. He's actually one of our first guests on this show. If you don't know already, on this page we talk to panists, arrangers, tuners, pan enthusiasts, all things pertaining to pan. So on that note, I would like to welcome Mr. Kern Sumerville to the show. Just waiting for him to connect. Hello, sir.
What's up?
Not much, you. Welcome. Oh, see, we're drinking already?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
drinking
no
already?
problem. Take a long day now, so I had to wind down.
Okay, all right. So all right. So, welcome again to the show. How are you? What's new? What's going on?
I'm just there. I mean, this pandemic. I mean, I wouldn't say slow down, but still just interesting, you know. But due to my job where I work, you know, but things really going good.
Yeah,
I can say for now, all is well so far. Yeah,
that's good. That's good. So, what have you been up to since we last spoke,
Um,
which was like months ago?
a lot.
Yeah.
What I've been grateful for, even though I've managed to do some performances during the pandemic period where with
Hmm.
WAC Radio, that's Kenny Phillips, Pancho and Bigo, much love to Pancho and Bigo for the telethon. I did a
Yeah.
performance with them, and a good bit of work related as well, police band, police steel orchestra. Well, the police steel
Hmm.
orchestra has been on standing right now, but more the police band,
Okay.
and more private gigs, I should say, so
Okay.
far.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, since you didn't even mention it, you did Panogramma.
Sorry, right, Panagrama. Yeah, yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
how you could forget
Panagrama.
that.
No, it's like a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
Panagrama, and yeah, and that was a very interesting competition. I think what made it good
Hmm.
for me, I'm not sure if anybody else fit in my shoes with this, is where during what do you call it? During the Corona pandemic, you know, everybody inside, and I
Hmm.
must acknowledge Nevin for that great initiative because it's something that now what I have some little minor, some little negative with it in terms of support, meaning that
Right.
the purpose of the competition to me is to inspire young people, young parents, anybody, you know, who interested in entering the competition. And to me, it also helps keep that sanity while doing it, you know.
Right.
And
Right.
so with that being said, it was to see like some, well, I'm also a member I'm also attending UTT, University of Trinidad and Tobago.
Hmm.
So there are young folks like Taisha, Jamel, and other young panelists entering the competition, and you know, people like in the well being negative, like into
Right.
competition zone, and it's something where it should be a more common reading, you know.
Hmm.
At the end of Trinidad and Tobago, so if somebody to enter a competition and it's their choices, experiences, rather than being flooded with negativity. I mean, there's a difference between constructive criticism and being negative, and I believe they
Right.
should have, you know, things could have been done better. But all in all, the competition is like, it was for me a good experience because I solo, yes, I do solo, but I mean, when you see people like BJ, I see them here with Brooks Jr.,
Yeah.
the
Hi, BJ.
champion.
Yeah. We
Yeah, I
had him. We had
mean,
him last week, actually.
yeah, you know, and these it's about learning, you know.
Hmm.
As I always say, encourage, don't discourage, you know. So,
Right.
but all in all, I really enjoyed the competition.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So,
all
what
in
made
all, in a
you what
nutshell.
made you do Panogramma in the first place?
A friend of mine's
Uh huh.
starting with D, named Danielle
Okay.
George. So
Okay.
me just fly. I didn't have no clue about it. You
Right.
should enter. And it's like, oh, God. And honestly, I'm not a fan of competitions.
Right.
But I said, you know what? It's worth entering, try it, see the most they could do is get through and then get through. And I guess the mindset I went with, I'm surprised I don't make finals. I guess it's because
Well,
of I wasn't negative with it, but it was
right.
just doing my thing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
thank
Well,
you.
you're welcome. So, what made you choose the songs that you played for Panagrama? What made you go in the route of playing Michael Jackson and
Oh, well, the key to mainly because of the competition where they had time frame, I think it was 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So
mm-hmm.
I really didn't like. I was just going through my set and look for songs under 3 minutes.
Okay.
So it was
So
like
pretty much
I
along the
didn't.
same lines as BJ. He just picks songs that
Yeah,
fit
I
the
didn't.
time frame. Okay.
Yeah, fit within the minutes and make it work and
Mm-hmm.
do my best. Yeah, and what the last song with Hammer do? Listen, I must admit, you see this they call it garage band.
Right.
Garage band save lives. So those who have iPhones, listen, who would know or Mac, garage band is it. I
Okay.
For people who don't know, I built that track. The sun, nothing sun with the competition. I spent Saturday night and built that whole track, the rhythm, everything on my own. And like, wow. So
Wow.
it also inspired me to learn of garage band and how I could actually now I realize I could build my own other tracks and future gigs, like Calypso, what hard to get. And thank
Mm-hmm.
God for my reach and ability. Now it actually have me doing something good now.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yep,
so
yep.
you touched a little bit on arranging. What got you into arranging?
Well, it started the days of Paris Spanish School. Much
Okay.
love to Kenneth Joseph. That's foundation. And funny
Mm-hmm.
enough, we were talking about that, being appreciating, never forget where we come from.
Right.
And while we were at the band there, I was like 7 years old. We managed to experience arrangers such as the late Eddie Qualis, the late Jess Samaru, Keith Christmas, who was a member of the police band, Mr. Urquhart Michael Lindsay, Richard Qualis, and a lot of others I can't recall at the top of my head. June
Right.
1990, and yeah. So, and Eddie Qualis, for example, the two main persons I should say is Eddie Qualis and Jet Samble, God rest his soul. I used
Mm-hmm.
to play double tenor, best
Okay.
pan. So in terms of
I mean,
harmonies and stuff, yeah.
okay.
I That the pan everybody running from, but I run it too.
No.
They stamp me, so like, hey, double tenor is your pan. I'm sure Kenneth can remember that. You play a double tenor, you
Mm-hmm.
play a double second. And so while you were doing the music now, it's like I would listen to the melody and
Mm-hmm.
automatically I heard the harmonies. And while I was playing it, it's like and you call this come. What's how you playing there? And I played it. So it's like, you have some good ears there, man. I can't remember this song. I think it was Lion, theme from Lion King, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And I was playing the
Right.
harmonies and stuff and other
Mm-hmm.
lines. And so what you would do every time you give the tenors, you stop and that's and I didn't even know what my capabilities of. And you say,
Yeah.
well, where you heading? And I play it, and that's how it flow from there. Same thing with
Okay.
the late Jack Samuel. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing, and I was older then, probably like 10, 11, 12, yeah, about that age. And same thing, encouragement. And that's what I liked about it is that even though what I love about it, and they taught me as well, is humility,
Mm-hmm.
because they were great arrangers, but they
Right.
give everyone a chance to be heard. I was really grateful for that, and I think I try my best to follow that step, that direction. Never always be humble. So from there, I know I went to St. Augustine. I arranged for just one arrangement. I did Barris for our graduation, Mr. Andrew Moses. Thank you very much,
Okay.
sir. Too. Um, I managed to collaborate with Chio Kito for School Panorama, and we arranged, and our rival band was Renegades Junior, and we gave them a hat trick at that time. Three. So we
Okay.
won
Okay.
Panoramas, and then yeah. And also to mention Brooks Jr., we did our collaboration with River Line, you know.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. So it have a lot of history, and I mean, it's so much. And then
Mm-hmm.
in the arrangement from there, it went on to say, where I was alone and won, and then they said the competition would mix up, blase, blase, whatever. And
Right.
then I joined the police band, and
Mm-hmm.
well, the police band, not the steel orchestra, the police band in terms of woodwinds and brass. Um,
Okay.
I was, I am fortunately right now one of the arrangers for the band there as well, like all the
Okay.
stateside, the repertoires and stuff, and well, branching over to steel band when the steel orchestra was formed, and yeah, and it just went on. I just do it without even realization that where it would, how far I've come from. I'm just
Okay.
grateful. So yeah, I
Okay.
think that covered the arranging. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it
you
goes on
did.
and on.
You did. I agree with
Yeah, also,
Kenneth there. He double tenor is average at best. I agree with him. So just wanted to.
I can saw they want. I to be talk. I because I part everybody running from, so talk shit. Action. He on run from Devoton. You can't play that when you talking, so. And he
Oh,
claimed to say
okay.
he can play all Panzer. So I don't
Oh,
hear you.
oh, okay. So I'll leave that to you too.
Yeah, thanks.
Um,
So
so um, yeah, so you said you arranged for the police band. Do you also you do you also arrange for the steel band, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Also one of the officers, the corporal in charge, and same time enough love to Trinidad and Tobago Police Steel Orchestra. Cedric Alistair Cedric Urquhart, Sergeant. He is the sergeant in charge of the orchestra. And I'm his second in command as corporal. So I'll say a second
Okay.
command. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So as the police band, both the steel band and the just the normal police band. I don't. Sorry.
But okay, with
Um,
me, for you want to know,
I
sorry.
don't. Yeah. Have you guys traveled? And where have you guys
uh,
traveled to? And how was that?
the to haven't had that opportunity. Actually, this year we were supposed to go to St. Martin. It's still
Okay.
orchestra that is, but
Okay.
COVID come.
Right.
Yeah, but so we actually have proposals of coming. So based on how the COVID goes, and we will know from there. But before that,
Mhm.
well, we are more based to perform in communities. So in terms of traveling Tobago, like performing
Okay.
areas in Tobago, and as I say, community stuff. You know,
Hmm.
yeah. So
Okay.
the last trip they did was Germany in 2003, 2004. I just joined the band. But that was
Okay.
from military brass festival. Yeah, it was really good.
Nice. Nice.
Hmm.
Hmm. Interesting. So what is your style of arranging? Do you just listen to a song and just go like tell someone to play it, or do you like to score it first, hear it, then change it if need be?
Um, Scoring is last.
Okay.
I have a bit of perfect pitch where everything is
Don't rub it
consumed in
in.
my mind. Everything I hear is like I hear a lot of stuff in my head, but
Fair
it's
enough.
just once I put it up, once I put it
Hmm.
down, um, yeah, scoring comes after basically.
Okay.
In terms of order, I will start with melody. Once I have the no, I lie actually do the chords first. Understand the
Mm.
chords in E flat major, whatever the chord progression. And once I
Hmm.
get the chord progression, then in terms of inversions of all right, inversion of chords for the guitars, these cello, and and this goes on. Harmonies for the double tenors, harmonies for the double tenors, and double second strum and everything, whatever counter melody, whatever it is, comes along after.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what would you suggest for young arrangers coming up, just to kind of find their own in arranging, or do you think they should follow what they've been taught?
If I could use it from my experience,
Hmm.
it's always good to listen to a lot of people. It's always good to experience a lot of arrangers. But then, as I always said, any day, it must always be you.
Right.
Because I attended UWI, University of West Indies, and did a certificate in music where I did a course called music history. And I
Okay.
can't remember everything, but when you one of the things I observed, like Beethoven and Tchaikovsky and all these guys, everyone has their
Right.
own style of arranging. So, but you must have the foundation in terms
Mm.
of, you know, musical inversions and everything. But be you. That's the best advice I could give to any arranger, you know, upcoming. Don't be a follower, be a trendsetter, you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
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 So,
Before I forget, because I forgot to mention this in the top of the interview, if anyone watching has any questions for you, you guys are more than welcome to ask. So you can't run away.
I see some people here. All right. Take us up for
I'm
that
just
one,
saying.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So how do you choose the songs for the police band, either or, to perform? Or is it a group effort?
Um, no, individual, and everything is based on how you feel,
Right.
you know. It don't really have any rules, you know. It's just how you feel, and everything goes from there.
Okay.
But like for example, where we have independence, you have to be careful the type of songs you choose, you know,
Right.
for the road. You know, I can't play digest for the police band, you know.
Right.
So just to be careful, you know, that no songs that don't involve politics or racism or whatever. Once it involves, you know, country and camaraderie and all these good vibes, you know, and take it from there.
Okay. Would you ever like to arrange for a bigger band, or are you good with the single pan and where you're at?
Ah, boys, I seen Sydney ask already.
Yeah, I see it
um,
already. I got it. I got
um,
it.
I will curl. I personally, oh, also forgot to mention as well, not intentionally. How I drilled Exodus for the Republic Bank Exodus Steel Orchestra for Panama this year, and because of that experience, I could safely say I believe I could arrange for a large band. As a matter of
Okay.
fact, I could arrange for all categories. I
Okay.
believe so.
Yeah.
I understand the I don't know what they call it, the tricks or the culture with it. The format, I should say. There's always a formula, the format. And yeah, I believe so. It's all about, and everybody know Panama, it's all about having a good band, good players, a good rhythm section. So, you know, and I was really fortunate with that for single pan. And especially for the first time arranging and to come, well, I always say third, two bands tie for first, second, then us is fourth. But we
Okay.
get the third highest points, so obviously it's third.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm grateful for that achievement, you know, for the very first time, you know. And so, yeah, I believe I'm ready. Let's bring it on. Yeah.
Okay.
So Sydney
Okay.
can bring a band for me. Yeah. Yeah.
E-Man was asking, what are you sipping on? You should know this,
Shot.
E-Man. You should know this.
I don't care what Duvon say. This is my drink till I die. Hennessy. They had no Jack Daniel, so I drink Hennessy. But
Okay.
Jack Daniel, you know. So yeah, it's all good.
Okay. Someone has a question here. Does competition promote PAN or demotes it? Is it into personal feelings among members in competing bands?
I learned the thing before I talk.
Because
You know.
I know what you really want to say.
uh it it's I would say yes and no. I'm gonna say both. Everything is based on I'll be very careful. Who know me when I talk played, so I don't like, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Think about it. Do you want to come back to it?
And that no, I can answer.
No. Okay.
Competition
Okay.
is sometimes it do. You see, okay, thinking about it, just and believe it or not, just Friday something crossed my mind. It could promote, you know, But if it demote as what you say, it based on your feelings. If because
Mm.
first thing first, entering a competition one. All right, for example, with me entering Panagramma, I'd expect to win, and I expect to come last.
Right.
You understand? So it's like, yo, all right, in a competition, you have to expect anything. You can either come first, second, even last.
Right.
But it's where you have to have that mindset, that professional mindset, and be honest with yourself. You can't not rehearse, or a bands that we know, bands as we know Sydney as well. Bands have to rehearse. You have to put in the work. You can't not put in the work and expect to come first. And that's where it reaches the most. But then sometimes it's what people think of as well. But
Right.
for my answer, all in all, I can say promote, but it's based on ways that, I mean,
Mm.
some competition I really find should be not a competition, a show.
Right.
But again, my preference is someone that's, different. Like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because Panama, I had some experience with Panama where I actually lose friends, who call themselves friends. Because they take it too serious. I mean, for what? All right. And I'll never forget that for that Panama when we came second for semifinals. The lady didn't know I was the arranger. And she's like,
Mm.
why police come second and that band player set her S. And I'm like, and she talking, yapping. And somebody like, look, the arranger here. And I just simply said, baby, don't take it personal. That is your opinion. And I respect your opinion. But at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, the judge's decision is final.
Right.
So yeah, you do. Leave it and
Yeah,
let
that's
it be.
fair. Yeah, that's
So
fair.
so yeah, it all based on your mindset. I think to answer it all based on your mindset, how you want to accept it.
Mm. Fair
Yeah.
enough. We
Yeah.
have a comment here from Tamino. You're a dope drummer. Just
Ah,
want to put that
yeah.
out there.
German experience. Hey, same Paris fan school. I
Uh-huh.
started with and I've met Killer Sunilal Samaru. That and I was like 7 years old. No, when I met Killer, I was like 9. And he had this rhythm. He always like to
Wow.
tack tack to tack to tack
Yes.
tack to. Everybody don't know that,
Yeah.
And I every time, well, the Paris fans because they're a family band, so I would be there like early, and I'd just be playing the fool on the drum, just playing around. And from there, I must thank Avion Thomas. She's also an ex-member of Paris Fan School, and she attends a church in St. Jude's, and she's like, Kern, you want to play drums in church? I'm like, me play drums?
Mm.
Oh,
Right.
boy. I like, but I went for it, and it started from there, actually, church. And
Right.
then school, and then police band enhanced it as well. I played drums for Calypso Fiesta, Aerolins, um, Kelly Green, and other little bands, even for Tobago Jazz, the New Jersey-based Camila Samaro. I was self-taught. So,
Right.
but again, it's something I'm really grateful for. I mean, it's so much, to be honest, I've achieved a lot without realization because I've just been doing it, and I'm
Right.
really humble and grateful for that. But yeah, thanks, drums, as well. Yeah.
Uh, so BJ has a question for you. Could you see yourself singing an original, and if so, what would the music style be?
What music?
Yeah, what kind
If
of
I had to
what
do
style of music
original,
would yeah, what would the music
I,
style be?
for me, I love soul.
Mm.
I love neo soul. Actually, I do have songs. Yeah, I do have songs. I do, and I'm
Some
more ballads and stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you have songs, and are they out there for us to hear?
No, 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 no.
So when is that going to happen? I'm asking the
Uh,
tough questions.
yeah.
Or is it something you don't want to release just yet?
No, it's like, okay. One of these genres, for example, is like a calypso jazz fusion, and
Okay.
it's where it's like it would be the chorus would be vocals, and the melody will be pan, that kind of crossover stuff. International look of it, you know. Yeah, but I know I ain't put it out yet. Timing. Oh God, Brooks. Sorry,
That's fair.
Brooks Jr. Yeah, and everything is timing. Everything is timing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So yeah.
Okay. So SMC has a question. Would you compose a panorama tune?
Why not? But the problem is, as we all know, original is not being accepted. You know, it's not. It used to be like I remember the days of in my house or kitchen or use
Yeah.
panorama songs.
Yeah.
You know, and then now it just died away. But I could throw this out here, and I'll tell people tell me if it makes sense. Now that soca music, groovy soca is being accepted into panoramas, one of my thoughts I always think about that, how about like getting all right, for example, Kitchener was known for Renegades. I mean other bands, but mainly
Yeah.
Renegades.
Yeah.
At the top of my head, let's say Destra, I say Exodus, not no bias, not just calling it like Exodus. And I know she used to do songs for like Mark Laquan. But what I'm basically trying to say, if you could get soca artists to do pan songs, you know, so because I mean it's like my issues, and I sure anybody can relate. All these songs, the Panama songs, it's just four chords. Make it musical. I miss. I don't know about anybody else. I miss that musical part of it. You know,
Yeah.
not
I
just
agree.
Savannah Grass and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, all good songs, but what I'm saying, pan could do so much. You know, it have no limitation. Now it's like we just coming back in this. I know, yes, we arrange a song with four chords. We could add chords, but then how much? You
Right.
know? So, Nyla Blackman. Right, perfect. And that's what I'm trying to say, Nyla Blackman. You know, she doing pan songs. So if she could do that, thanks. If she was trying to get an example, if she do I Am Love, why not everybody else come together and do the same thing? This is
Right.
my question or hope. Because I wouldn't do it, you know. So yeah. So I think artists should come together and get connected to a band and build from there.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
humble opinion.
Yeah, fair enough. So Kenneth
Yeah.
has a two-part question. As a
Cannot.
performer, do you want me to ignore it?
No, no, no. Go ahead.
Because I mean, you guys could talk off screen.
Nah, nah, nah.
All right, he has a two-parter. As a performer, what do you hope the listeners take away from your performance? And also, as an arranger, how do you get your musicians to understand the music as you interpret?
All right. Let me get the first question first.
Okay.
Repeat the first part of the question. I don't know. Wait.
As
Repeat.
Yeah, as a performer, what do you hope the listener takes away from your performance?
Takes away. Clueless is because most of the things I do, I just perform. Like I do it for the love, basically, and hope that I'm not one to convince everybody. When I
Right.
perform, at least even if one person accepts it, I'm good. I'm good right there.
Okay.
And I hope I answer your question. And the second part now,
As an arranger, how do you get the musicians to understand the music as you interpret?
I like to tell a story. So, for example, Mystery Band, for Panorama, Single Pan, every part I do tells a story. Must tell a
Right.
story. So the easiest way to get it into the musician's mind. So, like for example, we had the river effect, or even before that, we had a part where after the variation coming down, the river coming down, and instead now usually in a change key, you will go up. You go like all right, when you key up F, you go up to G, but instead I went down to E flat. because the river
Yes, you
coming
did.
down. You know, instead of going up. So it's things like
Mm-hmm.
that, for example. I love to tell a story. And I tell you, people, one thing I had to confess to some people, sometimes I don't even know what I do. I just go with the flow. I just want to believe it's in humility form is that because of that gift I was given, what was given to me. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So I'll
Okay.
answer your question, Kenneth. Yeah.
Lou has a question. Where do you see your music career in 10 years?
10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. No, this is my challenge. Um, if I'm a player of one instrument, I could always say I aim to see myself international or whatnot. But because of multi instruments, I have plans. I also want to get into producing and not just arranging.
Okay.
10 years, I honestly can't see myself there. If it's next year, I rather go closer.
Okay.
Or even now, like, okay, plan is okay. I don't like to plan. And from a praying perspective, as I always say, God is turning direction. And
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, I think that's the best reason I could give. I planned to be a draftsman, the technical drawing. I studied technical drawing since school, and I passed and everything. And I'm a musician now. So it's like, you know, I can't study it again. I could, but what I'm saying is that where I'm at now, for me, my personal belief, why I don't plan anymore, I just let go, take control of everything. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. A lot of people are commending you with Mystery Band, what you did.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it very, 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 very much. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there's any questions that I missed. So someone else asked, why don't you put those songs out?
Everything is timing.
Yeah.
I do intend to. Believe you me, but I learned timing is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And at least I don't when I come out, I want to be sure. Not just come out and put a song for putting it out sake. It must be sure and have a reason and timing and you know everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Hmm.
for the police band, are you guys back to practicing? Because I've seen other bands slowly start practicing again. Or are you guys not there yet?
Well, well, it to make it public, it's a bit risky for us because we are police officers, and the steel band members consist mainly of police officers.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now with election coming up, where you have to perform election duties. But oh yeah, happy Steel Pan Month,
Yes.
and thanks to Pan Trinidad and other, they have proposals for the steel orchestra to perform for it. So I want to believe, hopefully, that after the elections, we could be back to stream, back on normal, back to normal. Then, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see how it goes from there.
Okay. Um, any albums in the near future or collaborations with anyone?
Of course, of course, definitely. A lot.
Yeah. Is there anyone in
Yeah.
mind you are kind? Oh, okay.
Um, one of my dream, like seriously, is to have an album with, you see, for example, where all the calypso singers have Now Is the Time.
Mm-hmm.
I am seeing something like that with all the panels all over the
Mm.
world. And
Okay.
what I like about this COVID, what is that, like for example, Earl Pierre Jr., how I met him,
Mm-hmm.
and it connects, it connect. And through Panagram, I've met other people, other panelists a lot. So once we could
Mm-hmm.
just come together and somebody produce it, I always see myself as the Quincy Jones, that's one of my favorite arrangers. So I think to
Okay.
his method, do a song,
Mm-hmm.
arrange an actual song, and send it out, and bands come together and collaborate. That's one from the arranging part. Performing international. Pan is not just Trinidad and Tobago alone. We have to take it worldwide, even to the Grammys, etc. You know, don't think basic. Always think out the box and believe that it can happen. You
Yeah.
know, you got to take over the world. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, and it is, and this is now the chance to do so because the inside people have no choice but to sit down and listen. But people have to remember every time you perform, always do your best. Always do your best because you never know who's listening. And two, everything you put on internet is stuck. It is for life. So
Right.
always do your best.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. You've told me that a few times.
A few. Okay.
Okay. I mean, more than that, but we're just not gonna say that. Yes, I am drinking Jack Daniels. I thought so he's not drinking alone. Um, yeah. Kenneth wants you to shout out your mother. I guess she's online.
Hey, mommy. She online? Okay. Nice.
E-Man said,
Hey.
or Earl in Canada said, let's do it. We have Canadian Panis ready. Round
Yeah, I
one.
mean, yeah. Not for real. I mean, even I telling you, as we hear now, listen, Louis Brooks, Kenneth Joseph, it must start somewhere.
Right.
Look, for example, we just did a project. Not ready to release it yet, but when it come out. But what I'm saying is, it's nice that partners could come from all over the world. Yeah,
Yes, Kenneth.
yeah.
Thanks for
So
reminding me. Pan and Unity is doing the exact same thing with 1,000 musicians to come
right.
together.
And actually,
Yeah.
yes, I signed up as a student at UTT, Dr. Comedy Benjamin. Yeah, I'm part
Yeah.
of that too. Yeah,
Yay.
Pancho Bego in your house. I mean,
Yes.
you
Welcome.
have to give credit where credit is due, and my from my personal experience, I must acknowledge this modern Pancho Bego. They have done a lot, and what I liked is that, for example, communication, reaching out to the people. You know, especially via not just in person, social media, everything. I love it. I
Yeah.
commend you all. Thank you, and even for the experience I've done with the competition, not sorry competition, the telethon, and all these. They bring together a lot of nice initiative. You know, I'm very grateful for that. Finally, we have seen
Something.
that planet being properly represented. All due
Yes.
respect, properly represented and taken in the direction we really want to see it go. And it's about patience and time, but you know, I like what I'm seeing so far. That's my humble
Same here.
opinion. Yeah,
I 100% agree.
Yeah, and I just
Um,
say again, happy
and
sleep on month.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So SPM, or why do I say that? CSMC has a I don't even know if I want to ask
That's
this
Sydney.
question.
That's Sydney. Sydney,
Sydney?
Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Sydney.
I don't even know if I want to ask this. Should the same panorama judges be used every year, or should we bring foreign musicians as judges?
Oh, I guess you do that because of the international panorama.
Uh-huh.
I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Because, like, for example, Kenneth Joseph was a judge for New York Panorama for
Right.
years. I'm not sure the other judges. Why not? But you see, and if you want to go with controversial, everything is based on relationship because we know in the pan fraternity there's a lot of differences, but I think it's if everybody really come together, it's all about coming together, you know, and deal
Yeah.
with it professionally and maturely. It could
Mm-hmm.
happen. I believe
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you be a judge if you were asked to come to Toronto for their panorama or New York?
Or Toronto. Yeah. If not
Yeah.
sure that, no, not sure that. I was grateful. Well, I was part of the to judge for the school panoramas.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I was on what do you call it? Workshop. I was
Okay.
part of a workshop there. Yeah, and so I already get a start, and I was offered, but I couldn't do it. I had to leave the country. So yeah, I rather start small there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But turn on
That's
step
fair.
here, why not? Once they call
Yeah.
me, who call me? Call me.
So,
Yeah.
Earl, you have his number.
Yeah.
So
Eh,
I'm assuming you have your pan there. I heard a knocking earlier.
uh, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what song to do. Mm.
Want to think about it?
Yeah, but after my next question, what to make it easy for me, I go on vibes. So anybody call a song now, and then we see what we could do to make it happen.
Okay. Well, someone call a song.
Yeah, yeah. I
On
mean,
that.
you know what? Too, I also forget to mention my gift as a vocalist.
Hmm.
um, for me, I have to thank God for
Hmm.
everything I do. Literally everything where I am. I don't know about anybody else, but I thank God because you always like thinking, as I said, this COVID period made me sit down and reflect on everything I've done. And it's like, it's so much, it's so much, it's so much. And I can't believe it. But
Yeah.
it is, it's, especially instrumental, vocals. With vocals now, I never have ever seen myself as a vocalist. And I thank the police band, our main job, for that opportunity because, again, and being brave, and wow, it's it kind of emotional too. Sorry, people, but
That's okay.
it,
Okay.
it really, you know, I had one. You see challenges, and I think this is a message that's what I could put out to everybody. Don't let anybody, when somebody tell you you can't do it, you cannot do it, make sure you could do it, you know. And I think probably most of the people who knows me here, I love Stevie Wonder. And my very first song I sang was Someday at Christmas. I sang and play double tenor pan, best pan, yeah. And then it went to Ribbon in the Sky. And why I say that cannot part, I sang Ribbon in the Sky where I sit in office. I was like, that song is not for you to suit your voice. And I'm like, all right. I didn't take him on. And what was amazing with it though, there was a point in time a lot of my co-workers were getting married, both from the females and more the male guys, but their wives was like, Kern, want me to sing that song? I'm like, wow, and I was humble with it, and I just went on singing, and
Yeah.
where I stand right now, from the performing aspect of it, I intend to be a vocalist and steel panist, just as Stevie Wonder, John Legend, Alicia Keys. That's why I said my aim is to take that to the world, And I thank God for that opportunity and giving me these gifts that I've never, never, never thought I'll have, you know.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay. I feel like we need another
I see
hour.
him.
I feel like we need another hour. Yeah, so Bree
No.
has a question. Um, have you ever done a show where you collaborated with other artists that can both sing and play an instrument? Have you thought about doing that?
Um, I thought about it. I, if I want to think big, I want to get an opportunity with Stevie Wonder. I kid you not. I think that big.
Okay,
I mean, in terms of
fair.
local, who are no sings and plays here? I'm not sure, honestly. At the top of my head right now, I'm not sure. But my dream is to actually perform on stage with either Stevie Wonder, John Legend, Alicia Keys, or whoever artist sings and plays. Yeah, sorry, that's me. I dream big. I dream big. I go hard or go home, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But look, why don't I do more research and do something, see how it can happen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should. I feel like we need another hour because we have like 10
Oh,
minutes left.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. I feel like we need
So
another hour.
I don't
So
mind.
should we, wait,
I
are
don't
you guys
mind.
okay with another hour? because I can cut this off now and we can come back fresh. You can play us a couple songs. We can ask some more questions. We can drink.
Yeah, well, why
It's up
not?
to you guys. Yeah? Okay, so I saw a few songs come in. So On the Road Again, I see Savannah Grass. I see What a Wonderful World. Um, a Sailing with a Boat, Sink or Float.
Oh, yeah, they were sailing by that track. I know she talking about this. Yeah, sailing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they cut off now and come back. Yeah. The same
Okay,
people are giving
so
you approval. So, yeah.
yeah. All right, so I'll come
See you in
right
an
back,
hour.
guys.
Him up, see you in an hour.
Yeah.
See you in a bit. Yeah, bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.